Hi everyone, it's the EnglishSimmer here, and I feel like these videos are becoming more and more frequent. Maybe it's just me becoming pickier in my old age. You know how it goes. But obviously, last week we got two new kits for The Sims 4. It was the Greenhouse Haven kit, and then we also got the basement treasures. And there were a couple of things that I definitely would have liked different. Honestly, the Greenhouse Haven was a little bit of a letdown for me. I was expecting more and it just wasn't really giving what I needed it to give, especially as someone who has the gardening glitch and therefore my plants just revert to mud, and that hasn't been fixed yet. It's also not the most usable. I do like some of the things that came with it, but there were very specific things and like feedback that I had for these kits. So today I thought I would go through a couple of the fixes that Sims 4 CC creators and modders have created. A couple of these are like a direct feedback of what I and a bunch of other Simmers, I cannot take credit for this one. It felt like everyone on Twitter, everyone on YouTube who I watched literally had the same pieces of feedback. I'm sorry to console players who can't download these pieces of CC or little tweaks and mods, but for those of you who can download them, here you go. I mean, to be fair, the first one is a little bit weird, considering I still absolutely refuse to update my game. My origin has been in offline mode since that update came out, so I still actually don't have these two kits actually installed on my big gaming PC. They are on my crappy little laptop, but I wanted to sit and record here today in my usual place. So this is by the one and only on CurseForge, SimMattically. I will actually link SimMattically's channel down below. I recently started making YouTube videos, also huge on Twitter. So this is basically taking the gardener's stand, which is just a decorative item actually in the kit, and SimMattically has actually made it functional if you own seasons. So you have to have the Greenhouse Haven installed in your game, and you also have to have seasons installed for this to work. If you have both of those packs and then this obviously little package file installed, it actually unlocks the gameplay that you have for flower arranging if you have seasons. This is something that I wanted to see. I don't know why they didn't choose to make it multifunctional if you did have seasons. It seems like a very odd choice to me. There was a couple of items like that in Cottage Living for me as well. Then next up, this is obviously to do for the basement treasures. This was one of my main pieces of feedback and I was sorely disappointed by this. So the TV that we actually got in that kit was usable. However, this like TV old school console was actually just listed as a side table, which I just think was the oddest choice. Like, I like that you can put stuff on top of it, but also why not have it function as a TV? Like, I get that it's meant to be old and probably like broken and worn down, but even having your like Sims upgrading it to like repair it would have been some cool functionality to add to it. So the one and only Surely Sims heard me on this one and was like, I got you, don't worry. So this is the Retroplex Restored TV console. Why have one functional TV when you can have two? It is base game compatible, so I actually have this one in my game right now because you don't need to have the Basement Treasures kit installed. 12 new restored swatches along with 8 original destored. Wow, why was that so hard for me to say? I was a little disappointed this nice floor console was non-functional, same. But there's good news, now it's functional and base game compatible. I also added a little flap that Maxis designed but forgot to implement for some reason. But it is obviously here in my game, so let's check out these swatches. Is it this little flap maybe that they are talking about? So yeah, there are definitely some like better looking ones obviously where you don't have like all the picture burn and like static marks on the TV, but let's go for a rundown one and actually see how this looks. So we are in live mode and boom, you can click on it, you can watch channel. If you have movie hangout stuff installed, you can watch a movie on it. You can upgrade it using all the regular upgrades. You can work out on it. We're actually gonna do a plum booba. Okay. It's got like all the little lines on it. Definitely looks like old school. I freaking love this. Thank you, Surely Sims, for being one of God's strongest soldiers and actually implementing this in the game. Surely Sims also took those basement photos that we got, well, the photo frame, and basically made it a functional photo frame because they liked it so much. So hell yeah, I'm always down for this. Because some content creators, do what makes you happy. Because honestly, it's probably going to make me happy too. I really like the shape of this frame from the basement. Why can I not talk today? Treasures kit. So I made it functional to work with any medium photo taken in the game. 45 swatches, 8 original maxes, 12 solids, 12 woods, 13 patterns. Boom. Surely Sims just said, don't worry, Sims team. I got you. So we are gonna plop this up. As you can see, it is in fact an empty frame. Oh, I feel like this is gonna work with like a lot of packs that we've got recently. There's like a plum bob one with some daisies. It's giving groovy chick from the 90s. Definitely it fits in quite well, I feel, with Plumbella's kit, which is really, really cute. It's kind of got that like retro vibes to it. You've got some with cacti. Also gonna go very well with high school years, I feel. You kind of got like the classic Vans checker. Medium portrait. Here's one I prepared earlier. Oh, what if we creep on our neighbors? Oh my god. Taylor Swift, do you live over there? I don't know why I said that. It kind of looks like her Cape Cod home. I don't even think she has that house anymore. And, oh, delicious. One with a massive thumbprint in front of it. But obviously, you can just click and drag your medium photos into here if you wish. Absolutely love it. Once again, I unfortunately can't show you SimMattically's hard work because I don't have them installed on my PC. But basically, what SimMattically did here is, you know, the little like hand lifter trolley thing that you have for like moving out or moving stuff around the house. It had the little shopping bag on it. However, Dolly the hand truck is an edited version of the moving buddy from Basement Treasures. It comes without the trolley bag. I added 5 large slots instead so you can place objects on it. Honestly, almost gave in on installing these and just updating my game and saying screw it, purely to test out the slots on this object, but I decided against it. So again, this is made by SimMattically over on CurseForge, and then SimMattically also actually got rid of the heartbed sort of frame surrounding the mattress, which I know you're all going to be yelling blasphemy as Sims original players, but it's just nice to have options, you know? So you can have the heart-shaped one if you want, or you can actually just not be reminded of things we do not have in The Sims 4, and you can just have yourself a moldy mattress instead. And then for those of you who are like me and are putting off like either downloading these kits or just straight up don't want to buy them, I thought I'd throw in some little like decorative sort of greenhouse-ish objects in case you wanted custom content instead of actually paying I was about to say simoleons. $5, £5, whatever it may be in your currency. This is Bramblefinch's mini greenhouse. This is actually just decorative. This is actually their first ever self-made mesh, which is actually very, very incredible. When you actually look at this in game, it looks really good. It's a mini greenhouse for all the smaller gardens out there. It's purely decorative, but with plenty of slots on the built-in shelves. There are several different color swatches, mostly pastels and wood colors. This is actually it. So as you can see, it does have those shelves. This isn't gonna, I don't think, shelter your plants or anything, but what we will do is move it back and actually see what we can put in here. So we could grab ourselves like this one if we wanted to. Then we could go for this. Honestly, it reminds me of like Animal Crossing. I think it's so flippin' cute. You could actually probably, you can't really fit one of these in. I guess guess you can if you like play around with it a little bit. Like I said, I don't think that's going to shelter any of your plants, considering this is purely just decorative in the game and therefore probably doesn't add any shelter. Wow, it does have some pastels, but it also has some really, really bright colors. And then you have your more natural swatches as well. And then this was just incredible. So this is by Max20. This is the Garden at Home pack, which is basically just like a CC created pack. This isn't official. This is actually available for free over on Max's Patreon. I will actually have a link to all of these down below, and this comes with so many objects. So if we actually head into here, it comes with 2 different ground swatches. It comes with some rocks, some like decorative plants, planters, pots, a mini greenhouse, an actual like decorative greenhouse, a little garden shed if you want it. I feel like this ties in quite nicely with like cottage living if you have that, or seasons. These are kind of giving you an idea of the different swatches. You pretty much have to have like a big garden, I feel, to like make a lot of use out of this, but it does actually fit in really, really well to a lot of the packs that we already have, and it's extremely Maxis matched. I just have some of the assets out here. So this is the greenhouse that comes with Max's 20. This is already pre-built, and like I said, it is just decorative. So basically what you can do, I prefer to do this with grid on, which I know is literally going to annoy so many of you. You can kind of place stuff down inside it. Like for example, if I wanted to say like this was in there, you could place it, but your Sims can't actually enter here. So therefore they can't actually like access these planters and like use them. But obviously these planters are usable if you just have them out and about in your garden. Which, let me get rid of this because I kind of want to see if this is interactable with my Sim. No, it's not. Okay, that is fine. I just wanted to know. And then we've obviously, this is a really nice table as well. You've got a little circular bench over here. Like they said, you've got this little wooden swing with all this foliage on it, which I'm fairly sure this foliage has actually gone off what we are in right now and has like fit itself in with my environment. We're in spring, so it looks quite dull. I'm assuming it gets more vibrant because I don't think it looked like that before I hopped into live mode. Then we have your planters. So you have like this corner bed, you have your regular one. Then you actually have a smaller one over here. So you can physically plant things in here. You can also plant them in these planters, which are kind of like raised flower beds. And then there is also a usable hose which you can wash your hands, which honestly I like. Even if you don't get your hands on the greenhouse kit, I think this is an incredible piece of custom content. Like this is such a big pack, and I think if you have your Sims garden as much as I do, like I don't want to take this out of my game. Yes, I downloaded it for this video as like a little overview, but I'm like, this is now a staple. My Sims literally garden so much. Like even having this is like so fun. That was an object that I wouldn't have even thought, like, why didn't the Sims team put this in the kit and like make it more usable and things like that? So there we go. That's pretty much just a roundup. Obviously this TV console and also the garden table that we got in the greenhouse kit was my biggest like point of feedback. Also alongside the like needing triangular windows to make a greenhouse feel more its greenhouse, and like it still feels as if it's got the limitations that greenhouses have always had in The Sims 4, but the kit is out. I don't see those things like ever being changed. They may come again in the future, but it's released. There's not much that I can do about it at this point, except give you some fixes. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you to the incredible custom content creators and modders, everyone that I shouted out. You all deserve it so much. What the heck? I love every single one of these. Like I said, there'll be a link to my Tumblr down below just so I can put all the links in one place, but also there'll be like time codes and stuff in this video with everyone's names. Thank you all so much for tuning in though. I hope this video was helpful. If you need me to answer any questions, feel free to let me know down in the comments below and I will try and get back to you all. I appreciate you all very, very much, and I will speak to you in the next one. Bye now.